Did it come up? Yeah, looks like it did. Okay. So, welcome back to another Wicked Wednesday chat. Lighting is terrible in here. That's on me. Not much I can do. And there's so many rattles. Anyways, we are in Muscatine, Iowa. Just hanging out, waiting for our load to be ready. So we can't go home until it's ready. And it's not going to be ready until 11 o'clock tonight. So, we're just waiting. Just waiting. Doggies are asleep. Let's see, we got Nora. Where's your face? There's Nora's face. Hi, Nora. Nora's pretty done with the truck. She's ready to be out. And then there's Sienna. Hi, bubbies. Sienna got cranky with Nora because Nora sniffed her food bowl. So, they're in timeout. And yeah, we're just not doing much today. We got up at 3, yeah, I think it was like 3:30 this morning, in northern Illinois, and we delivered to Wisconsin around like 9, I want to say. So we were there, and then that took forever to come back. And then we went shopping for a little bit. I had to get some more dog food because the food that I have, they don't like and they won't eat. At least Nora won't. Sienna will eat it, but she's not very happy about it. I don't understand. It's just a different brand. It's the same flavor, salmon, because Sienna can't eat anything other than salmon. She can't have chicken. She can't have beef. She can't have anything else. So she gets salmon, grain-free salmon. And normally she gets either the grain-free salmon with sweet potatoes or grain-free salmon with pumpkin. Well, this one was just a different brand because I'm not down in North Carolina to get her dog food, and she is not happy about it. So, paid a little extra again and got another brand that I believe she's had before. So my plan is to mix the two together and see if she'll eat it better. And Nora just won't touch the other stuff at all. So I'm hoping once I mix them, she'll at least eat a little bit. But I don't know. That dog is not eating like she normally does. And I don't know if it's because she's not out where she can run around, or I don't know. I don't know. She's sleeping now. Let her being so cute. Let her being so cute. Hi, Nora Bora. And yeah, I know Mama's messing with you, huh? And I need to clean up the junk that's over there. But not today. I almost fell asleep, and I was like, oh shit, we gotta do live for our Wicked Wednesday chat. Gotta remember to do that. So, I think you're just gonna hang out with me while I sit and do not a lot. So, that's what we're gonna do today. I mean, I've taken care of the groceries, so I don't have that to do. I don't have any orders to pack for the business, so there's not that I could do. Gosh, Nor. Okay, it's okay. Mama caught it. We're all good. Fix it. Make it stand up. There we go. Okay. See, it's all fixed. It's fixed. You're fine. No, you're fine. Hi, Tina. I saw Tina came in. Sienna, don't knock the camera over. Don't knock it over. What are you doing? It went over anyways. We're just gonna go underneath you. Don't mind Sienna belly. There's gotta be a place we can put this thing. What's going on, Tina? Come on. Alright, we're just gonna slide over then, Sienna. No worries. Everything rattles in here. We'll sit there. It will stop. This is just my little Chinese thingy. I honestly, I have no idea what this is. I found it geocaching, and I swapped it for something. It's kind of cute. Little thing there. Hey, Mobang. What's up, man? How's it going? So yes, we are stuck here in Iowa waiting for our load to be ready. But then we'll be headed to Pennsylvania like as quick as we possibly can so that we can be home for Friday when everybody leaves out for camping. I even bought a little camp pillow at Blair's Fleet and Farm because I don't want to be hauling my big pillows around. So I'll be camping this weekend with all the family and everything. Chinese good luck charm for richness. That is awesome. Thank you, man. I had no idea what it was, but it looked cool. And it was in the geocache, and there were a couple other things. So I'm like, that looks neat. I'll take that, and I'll switch out my stuff for that. So yeah, camping, right. So we're going camping with the family. And actually, I just found out a couple hours ago, it's gonna be with a whole bunch of like little girls. My niece she's going into the 6th grade, so she's 10 years old now, I believe. And she was saying it's gonna be her entire softball team that we're gonna be camping with. I did not know this. And when I said, yeah, sure, I'll go camping with you guys, I thought it was just gonna be the immediate family. Not so much. So I also checked with her to make sure that alcohol was allowed, because if I have to be around a large group of children, I'm gonna need alcohol to deal with that, because I don't do kids. I'm a very non-kid person. Oh my gosh. And then girls, like, I could probably handle it okay if they were little boys, because boys are just rough with each other. They'd be fine. But little girls, like, little girls annoyed me when I was a little girl. Yeah, a lot of females in one place. Exactly. But it's not that far away from where the house is, so that's good. So if I do get overwhelmed with children, I can always go back to the house. The dogs are actually going to stay at the house, and I'll just go back probably every morning to feed them, and then like probably around lunch or something let them out, and then dinner time to feed them and let them out, because they can't be outside all the time because Miss Nora slips her collars or her leashes or her chains or anything and will run away to the cow pasture and run through the cow manure. And like, she's semi-clean right now, so I'd prefer her not be covered in cow dung. That's just, it's so gross when she does it. Let's see, I just did my last 2 clearances procedures for my 4th open heart surgery next month. Damn, Tina, that's crazy. 4th open heart surgery? That's insane. Yeah, thoughts out to you, Tina. That's insane. 4th open heart surgery. Dang. I think that's what, when my mom had her heart attack, that's what they were talking about, her having an open heart surgery, but her heart valves or something aren't big enough, something like that. I don't remember all the details, but they couldn't do surgery anyways. That was something else that happened. I guess you guys probably don't know this, because it happened this past year while I was not videoing, making videos. My mom actually, she had a heart attack in, I want to say the beginning of the year. That sounds right. I'd have to check my journals, to be honest. But yeah, she had a heart attack. Maybe it was around Christmas, I don't remember. Sometime between like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year, she had a heart attack. But it was stress related, I'm pretty sure, because she's always been a high stress person. And if, Mom, if you're watching, you know that you are, so don't deny it. Yeah, I can't imagine that many. That's a lot. A lot of surgeries. Yeah, so my mom, she's okay now. She's been on medicine for the past 6 months or so, whenever she had it. And she's actually had to go off her medication because now her blood pressure is getting too low when she takes her medication. So she has like this one pill that she saves just in case she starts to have chest pains. But her regular blood pressure medicine, she's not on. And mostly, like, she eats really healthy. Like, they have a huge garden, and her and my stepdad, they home cook pretty much all the time. I think they only go out to eat maybe once a week, or like once every 2 weeks. So it definitely had to be stress related, because she eats way too healthy to have it not be, like, it's not from the food that she eats or anything. I gotta move my hand, but it's gonna make this door shakes. Right here, I don't know, this handle part, it just shakes. You hear it? So I got that shaking on that side, and then the TV over here shakes just from the damn screws. This truck is so loud. We'll put our foot up against it. There. That's not so bad. And then we can see Sienna too. Hi, Sienna. I'm pretty sure the girls are getting tired of being in the truck too, because I haven't really stopped at Love's with the dog park that's been clean or big enough for them to run around in. Last night we stopped at one, but there was already a lady sitting in there, and I didn't see a dog, so I was like, I think we're just gonna steer clear of that, because I'm not sure why she'd be sitting in there without a dog. Like, there's plenty of other places to sit that's not inside the dog park. Oh gosh, it's tipping over. Tim. Oh, I missed it. No, come back. I'll catch you, Tina. Tim, not Tin. I just had a cold mouth. Oh, dang. Man, Tina's getting all the work up on her. I hope you're doing okay, Tina. Dang, that's crazy. Getting poked and prodded every which way. Because I saw that you had the video where you had dental work done too, so your mouth was all janky. The last dental work I had my wisdom teeth removed, and actually it wasn't that bad. They had a giant needle that they shoved in the gums. And he asked me, he started work, and he's like, hey, can you still feel that? I'm like, yeah, I can still feel that. So he poked me again, and like, that was it. After he did all the work, he yanking and drilling and everything, and I didn't feel anything. And then they got done, they gave me this bottle of like oxycodone, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna try and not get addicted to drugs, so I'm not gonna take that. So let's see, come on, phone. That was another clearance for the O's, or OHS. Huh. So they had to get all that work up just for the next surgery. That's a lot. Operation, yeah, that's it, yeah. Dang. That sucks. That's why I don't go to the doctor as much as I should, but I know that when I do, it's gonna be one, super expensive, and two, there's gonna be a lot. So I always joked with my open heart surgery, that's it. Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yeah. Yes. My brain has just been, I said it was dead this morning, because I was supposed to be going to this town in Wisconsin, and I kept saying it wrong. It was like, sounds like I have a stutter. I don't. Mamonini, something like that. Wisconsin is where I was this morning. Since June, we've been going through it. Damn. That's a lot. Man, that's crazy. Huh. Yeah, it's just, seems like it's just one thing after another that just keeps trying to kick you down. Damn. See? We just need European health here. It'd be so much better. That's why I always joked with my mom, like, if I ever get sick, we're just gonna pay for a flight to Europe and we'll fly over there and get their health care, and it'll be cheaper than getting health care over here. But that was back when my dad got sick. After surgery, I'm not doing shit after it. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Oh, Miss Nora Bora. You guys are not very playful. You're not. You're so boring. Nobody on here can see you. And you're just snoozing away and farting and making the bed stink. And Miss Nora's over here being her little grumpy pants. See? Are you being Miss Grumpy Pants? Nora is grumpy because I was sitting and just pulling out her hairs because, come here, Nora, let's show her. Come here. So she's blowing her coat, and I'd say it's that season, except it's not that season. She blows her coat all the time. So we just sit and pick her hair. I miss Tina's. I saw Tina. Oh, I didn't know Buddy passed away. I'm sorry, Tina. Yeah, I haven't had this channel up on my YouTube. So I was like, oh, I guess nobody else is making videos. And it wasn't. It was just that I didn't have the right channel up. So I had, I think, the Pages of Magic channel. And so I only had the subscriptions that channel had. I didn't have all my other subscriptions. But then I think I saw you, Tina, had posted something on Facebook. And I'm like, what? Tina is still making videos. We gotta go find her. And that's when I realized, oh yeah, we have the wrong channel put up here. We need to switch channels so that we can see what's going on. But yeah, I'm sorry, Tina. I didn't know that. I'll have to go back and watch some of your videos to catch up. So, the camping trip, I think I said, the one that is this weekend, is the one that's going to be filled with kids. It's not going to be, it's not going to be peaceful, we'll put it that way. That'll be the nice way of putting it. But then, next weekend, I'll be going camping again, except for that one. So I'm going to New Hampshire for the weekend. Next weekend, not this weekend. I'm going to New Hampshire for the, hold on, let me get this right, Homesteaders of New England Conference. And that's up in New Hampshire, and the only vehicle that I have in New York right now is my motorcycle. So I'm going to take the motorcycle and drive it 6 hours to New Hampshire, where I'll be camping, hence the camping pillow, again. So it's a good thing I still have all my camping gear in New York, and hopefully I can fit it on the back of the motorcycle. So that'll be next weekend, and that one I am more excited for it. I'm pretty sure that one will be a bit calmer and more relaxing, which will be nice. The only thing I'm worried about is it being too cold, because this morning when I was in Wisconsin, it was 50 degrees, and that is the lowest temperature that I've been in since like April. So I've been running the south mostly, so I've had like North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Missouri for most of my loads, and then just a couple little bounces up to Iowa. So I have been at least 80 and above for the entire summer. So this morning when it was 50 in Wisconsin, I was freezing to death. I had to wear my hoodie and I had to have the heat on, and I was so cold. And so that is what I'm expecting for New Hampshire weather. And that's the only thing that worries me a little bit, because I don't have any of my winter gear. That is all in North Carolina, because I took it out for the winter and I planned to put it back in when I went home again, but I'm not going down there until October. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I have at least something that's more than just a hoodie to take with me to New Hampshire. So I do have like sweatpants, which are good, but I couldn't find my hoodie this morning either. I needed it today too. This weekend is going to be 80, 90s here. Yeah, so that's what everybody was like, well, you don't want to stay in Iowa this week, Sam. It's going to be so hot. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going home to New York. And from what they've told me, New York hasn't been as hot as what everywhere else has been. Like their hot it reached the 90s for a while. And I'm like, 90s? Whew, that would be a freaking cool day. Because we had I think I was in Chicago, I believe, the day that they hit like 110 or 115 degrees. So it was hot. And then, like I said, every time I went home this summer, I went to North Carolina. And so I think there was 3 times that I went home. And of those 3 times, 2 times, I got heat stroke. Not heat exhaustion, heat stroke. Like, my temperature was super high. I had a blaring headache. And I was puking my guts out for hours on end. I should have gone to the hospital, but I didn't. Because I'm a pain in the ass. But I refuse to pay those bills. So, that's why we didn't. But now, every time it gets hot, like, I can't be outside for an extended period of time. It don't matter. The one day I was drinking Gatorade, I was outside. I think we went out something like 8 o'clock in the morning. And it was before the 100-degree heat, so it was just the 90s. But we went out at 8 a.m. and I was just downing bottles of water. Or it was 1 bottle, we'd refill it. Anyways, I was drinking those all day until about noon, I think. We went in for dinner and then came back out to work. And by 2 o'clock, I was like lightheaded and dizzy. And I could already feel the headache starting to just gain. And so I went in to lay down. Well, then I felt the nausea come in, and I'm like, ooh, it's gonna be a rough night. So, yeah, that's what, this truck is cold as heck. I have to have AC now. I can't not. So I ended up, the first day, I took a shower, cool shower, to try and get my temperature down. But I was sick from 2:30 in the afternoon until 10 o'clock at night. And that's the one that I think I was sick 4 times over the course of those hours. And at the last one, my mom was debating taking me to the hospital. And that's when my stepdad went down and got me some Gatorade. And after I drank the Gatorade and some Pepto-Bismol, I was okay. Like, there was nothing more in me to come back out. But yeah, so that one felt better. And then the second time, it was even a shorter amount of time. So we went fishing for my birthday. And so we were out, it was like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. And by 10, I was lightheaded and started to get dizzy. And it was bad enough that I was the one who drove. I drove my truck with everybody in it. And I gave my mom the keys. I was like, you have to drive because I don't feel like it would be safe if I drove at all. And that one, so that was only like 3 hours that I was out in the sun that day. We thought it might just be because I hadn't eaten anything, so we stopped at Cracker Barrel to eat. Well, I love lemon peppered grilled trout, so that's what I got that day. And I have not been able to eat lemon peppered grilled trout or any Cracker Barrel since that day because it does not taste as good coming back up as it did going down. So I was sick with KFC was what I had for lunch the first time, so I haven't had KFC since. And Cracker Barrel was what I had the second time. So if I just keep going home and getting heat stroke, if I could just do it on every like fast food, I think we'd probably be okay on the fast food issue. We wouldn't be able to eat any fast food ever again. So, and I miss it. I miss my lemon pepper grilled trout, but I can't. It was just the taste was, it was too much, and the heat. So yeah, I have. This truck is ice cold. Like, it's so cold. I'll be laying in bed, like, I have this really, really thick blanket and then a quilt underneath of it and then a sheet underneath of that because I have it so cold in this truck. In the mornings, I'll get up and I'll have to use the wipers on the windows because there'll be so much condensation on the front windows from it being so cold inside and not quite as cold outside. But yeah, I'll wake up like my ears and whatever face is facing this wall will just be cold. My nose will be red and cold. My ears and the one side of my face will be cold. And the dogs are fine. Like, that husky's not getting cold for anything, so I don't have to worry about her getting cold. And Sienna, if she gets cold, she'll just snuggle up next to you. So either way, as long as I got my blankets, we'll be fine. That's the one good thing. Like, I love the winter time, because in the winter I'll just open all the windows and shut the truck off, and that's just how we'll sleep all night long. Unless it gets down to like 17 degrees where diesel starts to gel up. Like, that's my cutoff point. If it's 17 degrees, I gotta have the truck on so that it doesn't gel up. But we might still have the windows open, especially these side ones, because these, I don't know if you can see, it's just a little square thing back there. So those are easy to open. They have the mesh on them. So the front ones, I don't always have open, or I'll have open just a crack because there's no mesh there. But these ones, like, I'll have open on both ends, and they'll just be a nice breeze blowing all the way through. God, I miss the winter time. And I thought last time I was out that Colorado might be a little cooler, and so I took a trip to Colorado to take a load out. And we were out there a couple times actually, and no, it wasn't any cooler. I think there was the 2 times that I went out there, like, the morning was cooler, but yeah, days were about the same as what they were out in Iowa. And lately, like, the heat in Iowa, they've had the humidity just as high as down at the beach in North Carolina, so I'm not really getting away from any of it really. So yeah, I'm missing wintertime and cold and just not summer. I hate the summer. I'm pretty sure I've always hated summer. Maybe when I was in, like, school aged, I didn't hate it, but yeah, I don't like the heat at all. I'm definitely a snow person. You gonna go to Iowa to the big truck stop? Yeah, the Iowa 80 truck stop, or I-80 truck stop in, oh my gosh, what's the name of that town? Walcott, Iowa. That's where that's at. I always wanted to go too when I first started trucking. In the first company I worked for, I never got through there. It was the weirdest thing. It was like they routed me all the way around it. But this company, shoot, I go by there nearly all the time when I'm leaving Iowa. It's kind of interesting because I've stopped, and they just keep expanding their museum. And their museum, it's technically free to get into. I think they just take donations, but it's kind of cool. And now they're building a whole nother building out behind the museum, so I'm wondering if they're just going to expand it to a second building. So that'd be pretty cool. And that's completely separate from the main, like, shopping building that they have. That's 3 levels, I want to say. I think so. Yes, Tina, I know you're a summer person. You love the summer and hate the snow, and I'm the exact opposite. I could just, if I could skip one season, it would be summer. Especially being down in North Carolina. Like, their summer lasts from February until December. Like, my mom was talking about, oh, I can't wait till it gets cooler. I'm like, when is that? The 1 week in January where you guys get 30-degree weather? No, that's not gonna fly with me. I need like anything 60 and below, I'm good with. Once it gets above 60, I'm like, this is starting to get uncomfortable. And then it hits 70, and I'm like, nope. And then it hits 80, and I'm like, this is bullshit. And then anything above 85 just feels like I'm trying to sit over top of a fire. No bueno. Yep, I'm definitely a winter girl. I accept it. I even told people at work, I'm like, if you guys want me to go to the mountains, I'm your girl. Because I will drive in the winter way more than I will in the summertime. There's just something, for me, even, like, I'll go out west, and the minute I see the mountains out west with the snow on them, I'm just happy. like for no reason. I could be in the most depressed, this job sucks mood, and the minute I can see the mountains with snow on, I'm like, oh, you know what, it's not so bad. This is kind of cool. I get to see snow in the summertime, and then I'm just a happy, giddy kid again. So that's fun. I do enjoy that a lot about this job. It breaks up the ickiness of summertime. Uh-oh, Sienna's dreaming over here, twitching. Sienna. You see, they just ignore me. This is what it's like to have dogs in the semi-truck. They just ignore me. I am nothing. I am just the person who feeds them. No entertainment. Nothing. Nope. Nothing. You guys want to play? Nope. You want to go outside? Oh, that might have got their attention. Yeah, no, you pooped a lot, dear. Oh, like, I need another bag of poo bags because you go so much. They would if I said the DOGPARK word. That word they know a lot. So I have to be careful not to say that. Let's see, we can say treat. Don't care. Food. Breakfast. You know that word. You know breakfast. Got dinner. You ate your dinner and you yelled at your sister when you had dinner. Yeah, Tina, you got some poo bags. I have a huge thing of it because I thought I lost them for a while, and then like I found them in a little crack down between the dang door and the pillow. But they've been going through them like a lot. So we went through, what, 2 bags this morning, 2 bags tonight. Has that all of you pooped? So 4 bags a day, at least. And that's if I merge some together. They're a lot. But I tried to get the bags that, where are they? Scent blocking bags. Because sometimes there's no place to put poop. And so I have like a little locker down underneath the bed on the outside. And when there's no place to put the poo bags, I have to grab a garbage bag and put the poo bags in the garbage bag, tie it up, and put it under there. It's not really fun, but it keeps the stink out of the truck, which is what we need because there's enough stink in here with just Sienna farts. Right, Sienna? You always had a nasty rear, don't you? What, my dear, yo? I don't know why you guys are so tired. Oh my gosh. You know what? Now that I say that, I do know why you guys are so tired. Because Mama got you up at 3 o'clock this morning. Baby Genie. You know what? I never thought about that, Tina. That makes sense. I could have that set up. And just put your poo bags in that. And then that would have a cover. That would work. We can set it up front there. Actually, you probably want to see my face now. I just want to try to keep you away from the door because it rattles so much. I don't know if there's... Let's see. Nope. We'll try to put a pair of pants there. Just stop. Alright, that one we stopped. Cool beans. That's just my sweatpants. PJ pants hanging there. So can we fix this now? Get everything out the way. There we go. And now we just have the TV over here making noise. It's all cool. So yeah, there's not much else going on. Oh, I'm sorry. Except that I did get the dogs up early. Now I know why they're so tired and why they're just snoozing and not really doing anything because I got you up early. Really, really early. And we haven't gotten up that early in a long time. Usually I try to get up like 6 or 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. Be careful going home. Yeah, that's I think I checked and there's only supposed to be, if we get anything, there's only supposed to be a little bit of rain. Hopefully that's all it is. The thing I don't want is the wind. Like, the load that I'm picking up is going to be super, super light. So if any wind at all hits us, we could just topple over. And that's the worst thing. I think there was only one time when we were over in just south of Reno, Nevada, that we were empty coming back to Reno from California, and like there were warning signs for wind and everything, but I'm like, we're only 5-10 miles from Reno, we can make it and stop for the night. So we got over this crest, and the minute we got to the top of that and started down, the wind hit us out of nowhere. And oh my gosh, when I tell you guys, I have never almost pooped myself so bad in my life. I thought for sure that we were gonna just flip right on over. I don't think, maybe I did have both dogs, I don't remember. I remember that wind hitting us, and I went from, I think we were going 65 at the top of the hill. We went from that to about 10 miles an hour real quick because of how hard that wind was hitting us. And like the first exit, I got off and I didn't care. There was like a little turnaround spot for park, and I pulled all the way in and I circled the truck around so that we were pointed towards the mountain range, so where the wind was coming off is going to hit right in our nose. And oh my gosh, I got seasick that night from the wind hitting the truck and just rocking it. And I still don't have, I need to have motion sickness pills in this truck from every time we hit wind, because it's gotten rough sometimes when that wind hits you and you're stopped and it just rocks like you're on a boat, pretty much. But yeah, that's the only time I thought we were actually gonna flip over from the wind, and that was not a nice feeling at all. Like, I'm pretty sure the tires on the one side of the trailer were off the ground because it was heavy winds. It was probably at least 65 mile an hour winds that hit us, and with us being empty, it was just like a kite getting ready to take off. So yep, that's when the flashers came on and the brakes came on, and we slowed right down, and we were like, nope, I'm done for the day. It don't matter how far away from Reno we are, we're done. And anytime I go to Reno anyways, all I think about is that show Reno, is it Reno 911 or Reno 411 or something? The one with the cops with the booty shorts. Like, anytime I go to Reno, I'm always looking for the cops in the booty shorts. That's the only thing I know about Reno, is that they have cops with the booty shorts. I don't know if it's even true. It could be a false idea or false, gosh, I don't know words. Anyway, that's what I look for when I go to Reno. I haven't been past Denver in, I think in October it'll be a year. Yeah, exactly, be careful. Yeah. No, I learned my lesson from that one. Anytime I feel the wind picking up, or anytime I get warnings telling me to be on the lookout for wind, I park it now, because I'm like, no. Last thing I want is to flip this truck over and have all of my shit knock me in the head and knock me out. Or worse, have it hurt the dogs. Yeah, that would be no fun at all. I can't believe they're sleeping as much as what they are. Now I feel bad for keeping them up and waking them up this morning. To be fair, okay, getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, like, they're not getting up to go to work. They could have gone right back to bed, so I feel like part of this is on them. It's their own fault that they're tired. They haven't played or anything. That's one thing I'm excited to get them home so that they can play. M23 is September 24th when I'm in the hospital. This coming month is September, right? Oh, yeah, so you'll be in the hospital. Yeah, I think, because I'm going home for Labor Day weekend and the weekend after that, for that whole week. I'm not going home again until mid-October, because in October I'm going to the Homesteaders of America conference in, I want to say Roanoke, Virginia, or Fredericksburg, Virginia. something like that, Virginia. Anyway, that's where we're going. It's going to be me and my mom and stepdad also got tickets. So we're going to share a hotel room for that one. No camping for that one. In October in Virginia would not be nice weather at all. But that'll be fun because I signed up just randomly for a, they have like a sheep or all about wool kind of class, I think is what you call it, that they're doing. So I signed up to take that on the Thursday before the conference starts. So I don't know anything about sheep other than they have wool. So that's on me for not doing research. I really wanted to do the, they had a class on rabbits, a class on pig butchering. I think there's a class on bees. Something else that I'm forgetting, and then the class on sheep. So I really wanted the rabbits one, but that sold out before I could get the money for it. And then my second choice was the hog butchering. That one costs way too much. So that one, I think the class was like $1,000 or something like that. So I'm like, yeah, no. We don't even have land yet, so how about no? So then I debated the bees one, but I don't know. I like the idea of keeping bees, but it's just not in my forefront. Like, that's the first thing I want to get, it's bees. So then I went with sheep, because I don't know, for some reason I have always liked the idea of having sheep and sharing my own wool and making yarn out of it. And then I've heard that sheep's milk is really, really good, so I'm excited for the sheep one. Whether or not I ever have sheep, at least this way I'll know how to take care of them if I do. Plus they're supposed to be really good at clearing, kind of like goats, they're supposed to be really good at clearing land. So yeah, other than starting the stationery business, I've really been trying to get into learning more about homesteading and farming, so that when I do eventually, hopefully, get my own property, I can start doing that. Hot water can up, set up. God dang it, chat. Stay up. Hot water canner setup. I've used it a couple times. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's the one thing I haven't gotten into yet is canning. I know my mom and stepdad do it some, and I've seen them do it like once. But usually, I know that's not something I can do in the truck. So I've kind of skipped out on that one, but that is one skill I do have to learn before I start living by myself on a homestead. Actually, I got my favorite, mentioning hot water. I got this hot water electric teapot thing, and all you gotta do is like flip the switch when it's on its thingy, and it heats water up so fast. I never knew that electric kettles existed until I heard a French guy on TikTok talking about it, and I'm like, say what? And so I got that instead of a coffee pot, and I love it so much more. One, I can make hot tea at night before I go to bed, and two, like I can make oatmeal or macaroni and cheese or anything that needs hot water so much faster in that than trying to put water in the microwave to cook. Like that, like I said, I'll put it in the thing and I'll turn it on, and within like 60 seconds all the water is boiling. That is definitely a household #1 priority. It's freaking awesome. So I don't know if you guys know, but for water in the truck, because these two drink so much, I actually have a 5-gallon, one of those huge blue water jugs with a little pump on top, and that's how I use water in the truck, because I used to have gallons, and I'd carry gallons under each of the 2 cubby holes underneath the bunk. They were going through so much water, and it was getting so expensive to fill that I'm just like, okay, we can just get the huge jug of water that's like 5 or 10 gallons and put a little pump on it. And so that's what we've done. And now that 5-gallon or 10-gallon or whatever thing it is will last me about 3 weeks of water for them. And then I'll have 1 or 2 jugs just for me to cook with or drink or whatever. I bought a cast iron Dutch oven to use over the campfire. That's awesome. I just looked at cast iron Dutch ovens today, but they were all like expensive. But it was I don't know if you have this up in Michigan. I think it's Blaine's or Blair's or something like that. Fleet and Farm, or Farm and Fleet or something like that. We don't have them back east, but they have them here in Iowa, and so there's one like right next to where I have to pick up here. So I stopped and they had all their cast iron stuff, and so I just happened to look at them today because I was kind of bored, and I'm like, damn, that's the one thing I don't have that would be awesome to have. But so far, like, I use my air fryer pressure cooker combo thing to cook in the truck with, so I can't justify getting a cast iron anything just yet until I either have my own house or I'm not trucking anymore. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. I think that time thing is starting to kick my butt now. What are we sitting at? 46 minutes. That's not too bad. I will tell you though that when I talk on these Wicked Wednesday chats for an hour, that is probably the most that I talk at all in the truck, unless like my mom calls or something once a week. That's the most I talk at all in the truck to anybody else. And now I'm just doing it to a little camera, but that's okay. Same difference. I don't talk a lot in this truck. Cast iron deos for camping. Yeah, so I've seen people camping with them like on top of the fire, and you can cook pretty much anything in it. That's kind of awesome. You make a lot of stuff in the Dutch oven. I want one. That'd be nice. I don't think I go camping enough for it though. This is the first time I've been camping since, ooh gosh, you know what? Since Michigan, when I went with you, Tina, to the M21, yeah, M21 meetup. That was the last time I went camping. Haven't been camping since, right? Yeah, I haven't been camping since. So this will be a good refresher, that's for sure. And I'll have to go through everything, make sure I have everything that I need. I know for one, I will not be using the tent that goes in the back of the pickup truck because there's no pickup truck to put it in. That's down in North Carolina. So we're going to have to use the little itty bitty backpacking tent because that's going to be the only thing that fits on the motorcycle probably. I'm not even sure my sleeping bag will fit, really. I think I'm going to have to undo it and tie it up so that it's really, really tiny. So that'll be packing for a motorcycle. This will be the first long motorcycle ride I've taken too. So I gotta make sure like the oil and everything is changed on the motorcycle. I was actually looking up crash bars, the engine bars, today just to see what was out there. They're all expensive, more than what I have, that's for sure. Take pics, yes. So actually, I'm in a motorcycle group on Facebook, and that was the biggest advice they had for me when I asked for advice, and they're like, just take pics. Like, will do. Especially because I think I've only been to New Hampshire a handful of times, so I think this is gonna be fun. So I did remember to grab my GoPro and my drone, so we're gonna try and use both of those. I did forget the big camera and the little like handheld camera, but I have my phone, the GoPro, the drone, and then I have a tablet too that I use for business. Here it is. Yep, my tablet, which now that I think about it, I probably could have been looking at chat on my tablet this entire time. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm such a ditz. Or an idiot. You can use either one. Let's see if I can pull it up. Oh my gosh. This would have been so much easier, because otherwise I gotta fight. Yep, there it is. That's loud. I gotta fight with the chat on the phone, and you guys you do it, so you know how much of a pain in the butt that is. Let's see. That's the wrong channel. Nope. So if you don't know, I do have multiple channels too. So I have Pages of Magic, which is my the company one for the stationery business. And then I have my Fuzzy Nubs Gaming, which if you guys like gaming, there you go. I do that one too. Yep, there it is. Wicked Wednesday chat. With the picture of my semi-truck. Let's turn the volume down, because that'll throw me off. There it is. Look at this. Look, huge chat. So much better than itty bitty words up on here that disappear after like 5 seconds. So, yeah. Now I wish these dogs were more entertaining for you. I feel so bad. Oh, dog hair. Dog hair in the mouth. Ugh, you get used to it, but still not really. Sorry, guys. Nora, people want to see your beautiful face. You're doing everything possible to not come into view. Come here. Let me see Sienna jump. There you go. You want to say hi? Look. Look. What is it? There we go. See, they know the word look. Shake it off. Shake it off. Nora Bora. She does not want to sit up for anything. Come on. Nora's not getting up. You act like I killed you guys today. You act like we went on a 20-mile hike and you're just exhausted, like you're gonna die. Stretch it out. And all I did was make you get up early. That's all this is. You're throwing your hiney because I made you get up early. I can't believe that. Yep, they're both laid down again. Not helpful at all, you guys. It's crazy. But they were all up and raising a ruckus earlier when I had my niece call me because she wanted to see when I was coming home. She's very on top of when I'm coming home. And then I had another guy call me, which disconnected her call. And then I had work call me, which disconnected his call. And then after that was all done, I had to call my niece back because I felt bad. But she was at her grandma's house repotting plants. So they had ivy that they were working with. I had a little ivy plant that I tried to keep in the truck one time. I had it on I think I had a little pot that I put on those wall sticky things. So I had it right there and I tried to keep it there. And let's just say you cannot keep an ivy plant in a pot on the wall of a moving semi-truck. It was a bad idea. And I don't know why my stupid ass brain thought it would be a good idea, because it's clearly not. Definitely not a good idea at all. So it fell off there, and then it fell off up front. I have a spot where I'd kept it, and it fell off there, and then it just kept falling, and then the dogs would hit it and it got dumped. And that poor ivy plant, I think it's still semi-alive. It'd probably be more if I put it into a different pot, but I gave up on it, I'm not gonna lie. And then I tried to keep, what else did I try to keep in here? I had a big pot of rosemary and a big pot of lavender that I had in here. And it turns out I'm allergic to rosemary. Like, not super allergic, but enough that I couldn't breathe the next morning when I woke up. Because it was so stuffed up, even with allergy medicine. So I had to kick those out. So no plants in the truck for Sam. We're just gonna have to be plantless because I can't do it. I don't know. Probably an aloe vera plant would work. I've only had one once, and his name was Henry, and he did really, really well until I started trucking and he became my mom's possession, and she killed him. So I can't leave my plants with my mom because she's a plant murderer, which is fine because I'm a plant abandoner. Speaking of abandoned, we almost had another dog yesterday. There was a Love's that we stopped at to get fuel, and there was this really, really pretty, I don't know, he looked kind of like a husky border collie mix. He was gorgeous, but he was really skinny, and he was just walking around the parking lot just eating trash, and I'm like, oh, he's been abandoned, and I could totally take him in, except I had my mom's voice in my head telling me, you don't need any more dogs. And then the company's voice in my head saying, oh, we're limiting dogs to 2 per vehicle, unless you're a new driver, and then it's 1 per vehicle. And then my voice in my head going, yeah, but if he's got mange or worms or anything else, he could give it to your dogs. So we didn't take him. And I felt horrible all day and all day today. Because we could have had another doggy, and I felt so bad. Hopefully somebody else came and got him, and hopefully that over the alternative. But I told my mom about it, and she's like, that's it, you're never leaving your dogs home again. You have to have at least 1 dog with you at all times, so that you don't just pick up random strays off the road, because I would totally do that. That's another reason I don't have my own land yet, because I'm kind of worried that I would just do that. Just take them home to a house where there's a zillion dogs that I found just roaming the streets. Because let's see, there's been that one, there's been a Chihuahua at a pilot in North Carolina, there's been 3 German Shepherds just running down the highway in North Carolina, and then I want to say there was one more. Oh, there was a husky one time in Ohio just running down the street. That one was gorgeous, and it was very close. If I was not in the traffic that I was in, I probably would have stopped. And then there's a German Shepherd in Memphis, Tennessee, that he was just sad looking and roaming the streets. So yes, it might be a bad idea for me to have my own place where I can just hoard all the stray dogs. Yeah. I mean, as long as they're fixed and they're healthy, I don't see why I can't have a million dogs. I'll be the crazy dog lady. I don't mind. We'll just have a whole trailer full of dogs we'll have to take home. Right, Nora Bora? You're ignoring me, aren't you? Yeah, she's ignoring me hardcore. Right, Nora? Are you ignoring Mama? Because I made you get up too early? And you don't even want the pets because I pulled out your hair? Yeah, you're worried I'm gonna pull them out again, aren't ya? Oh, you can try and be cute, but we all know the truth. Huh. Okay, whatever. No more playing with Nora, because she's no fun. Now I done messed the camera up again. There we go. 3 legs with my face partially cut off and my pants hanging off the door to keep that door shut and quiet. And Sienna's behind me sleeping. And the TV is still rattling. What's our time? Almost 8 o'clock. Yeah, we still have a couple more hours until that load's ready. So we should probably get to ending this because 8 o'clock, what is that? 9, 10, 11, 3 hours. In 3 hours the load will be ready, and we only have 3.5 hours that we've been here, so I guess we'll have a little bit of time to sleep before we leave out. So I haven't calculated the distance from Iowa to Pennsylvania where we have to drop off, but I believe it takes about 16 or 17 hours. So my plan is to leave out again, we'll say at 3 o'clock. We'll see how that happens. But yeah, leave out at 3 a.m. and we should be able to make it into Ohio somewhere, is my hope. That's my goal. If we can make it to Ohio, we should be good. I believe we should have enough time to make it to the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. But as long as we're past Toledo, Ohio, I think we'll be fine. And then the rest of it we'll just have to hit up like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday so that we're back. I think they're taking the camper to the campground like 11 or 12 on Friday. So as long as we're home before then, we'll be fine. We'll be tired, but we'll be fine. We won't be tired once we get there and there's a whole bunch of little kids and we have to fill ourselves with alcohol to deal with children, but it'll be okay. So with that, guys, thank you for sticking around with me. I know I saw Tina and Mr. Mobang for your bucks. Both you guys in here. Thank you for joining me. Oh, somebody's hitting their horn out there. Oh wow. Anyways, yes, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for visiting. Thank you for all the thumbs up. That's awesome. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm actually starting to lose my voice because I don't talk for hours at a time at all, or to people, or to anyone other than my dogs. So yeah, with that, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for joining me. And next week, I told my niece that I've tried going live every Wednesday now for Wicked Wednesday chats, and she wants to join me. So next Wednesday, we should be going live. Not sure how well the cell service will be up there in the hills of New York, but you may have a little 10-and-a-half-year-old child joining me, depending on how much trouble she gets into for that chat. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you later. Goodbye.